guys, this is Sharp Bliss and welcome back to my channel. Today we're cooking something for the grown and sexy, for couples. We're having ribeye steaks, blackened shrimp, twice baked mashed potatoes, and asparagus. Enjoy. What we're going to be cooking on today is my Himalayan salt block. It's awesome. You put it on the eye of the stove. You can cook steak or salmon or fish on this block. And if you want to have it with just a little salt, you don't have to add any salt to those things that you're cooking on this block because it gives the natural mineral. It's better than any table salt there is. Okay, you guys, I wanted to show you the pink Himalayan slab. It is actually from the Himalayas, and it is a natural source of sodium. It has over 84 live minerals in this slab, including iron, magnesium, zinc, calcium, and potassium, and copper. It helps infuse those minerals into your food. It also helps with muscle cramps, dehydration. It helps pH levels, and it helps to improve digestion. It also helps with increasing or improving circulation and lowering blood pressure. Now, I've put my slab directly on my stove top. You could start it on low, then after 15 minutes, you can increase the heat to medium. And then after that, you can do another 8 minutes and you can increase it to medium high. I wouldn't suggest you cook on this slab over medium high. Taking it to high could crack your slab. So that's a little bit about the Himalayan slab. So let's get cooking. Okay, you guys, so the water is boiling, and what I'm going to do is add the potatoes to the water. Okay, I got another 8 minutes left on my last warming of the salt block. So I've got the potatoes on the boil. I also have my asparagus. I'm just going to prep the rest of my meal. I have my steak here. Let me show you how beautiful it is. Let's hopefully you can see how beautiful this ribeye steak is. So I got a nice healthy piece of meat. I have some asparagus that I've prepped. I've cut off about an inch of the bottom of the asparagus. And I also have my shrimp. And I have just some really simple seasoning. I have some Old Bay blackened seasoning that I'm going to use to blacken the shrimp. I have my olive oil. I'm going to add a little olive oil to my asparagus, about a couple of teaspoons. Now adding pepper and roll them around. And again, everything is really super simple today. Me and my husband, we don't eat out very often because when we go and eat at different places, he's like, we could get that at home. I said, yeah, and had leftovers. So I'm gonna just add pepper to my steak and on both sides. Now, when you cook steak, depending on how thick it is, you know, it could be 4 minutes on each side. And the way you can tell, you may want it. Some people like it rare, some people like it medium, some people like it medium well, you know, or well done. I always cook mine to about medium because I know that once I let it stand or sit, it's going to cook a little more. So I don't ever want my steak overdone. I do want to see some red. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to add the blackened seasoning to the shrimp. I am going to also cut up some green onion for the twice baked potatoes. Now on the Himalayan slab, you're not supposed to add any water. You shouldn't add any oils or anything such as that. I'm going to add a little garlic powder, and I'm gonna turn it over, and I'm gonna add a little more. I don't want to stick my my hands back in that garlic powder. So the potatoes are already boiled. I boiled them for about 15 minutes until they were soft. You can stick a fork in them and see that they're nice and tender. And so I have my sour cream, cheese, chives, bacon bits, and then also some heavy cream and butter. So we're gonna get all these mashed up, and then I'm gonna put it in the pan in order to bake it off for about 35 minutes, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Here's a great tip when you're wanting to know how well your meat is being cooked. When you first start off, you start off with raw meat. So if you have your hand open loosely and you touch here, that is the way raw meat feels when you touch the meat. And I like mine medium. And so if you're cooking your steak and you touch your forefinger, you want it to be rare, and you touch here, that is rare. If you go to your next finger, your middle finger, then you would touch here, that is medium rare. The next finger, that would be considered medium if you're touching your steak while it's cooking. And then the last finger, the pinky finger, is well done. And so you would touch your steak, and if it feels the same way it feels here, then that's well done. So that's just a tip on how it's being prepared. My Himalayan salt block is ready, and it's nice and warm. So I'm going to place my steak on there. Okay, you guys, I'm shooting for medium, so I kept it on 4 minutes on one side, and now I'm flipping it onto the other side. Okay, so while the steak is going, I'm going to go ahead and start my blackened shrimp. And so I'm going to add a little olive oil. I normally just roll these around in my skillet or grill or whatever I'm cooking it on. I don't like them too tender. I toss a little garlic. I'm going to take this off. This is just right. Getting the asparagus out of here. I'm going to let this beautiful steak rest for 5 minutes. Then I'll plate it. So let me cut into it to see if it's cooked the way I like it. Looks good to me. Let me take a nice bite of it. Now what I did, I also made some rosemary butter the night before. I mixed butter, softened butter, garlic, and rosemary. So that's what you see on top. And I just taste a little bit. It's good. Potatoes. Oh my God. Asparagus is great. I forgot my parsley or green onions that I had to put on my steak, on my blackened shrimp. But it tastes great the same. Everything tastes perfect, just like I like it. Normally with steak, you would do red wine, but I have some rose wine tonight. And again, let's not forget the Sunshine Kids. If you want to feel charitable, I'll place the link in the description. If you want to donate in my name, my kid's name, and your name, anonymous, however you want to donate, just be charitable this year. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to click like and subscribe to my channel.